Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 discussion video. Today for you guys, I wanted to talk about 10 specific things that I want to see get added to Kingdom Hearts 3 through the use of DLC. Now, in case you guys have been kept out of the loop, towards the end of April, Tetsuya Nomura stepped forward at the very first Kingdom Hearts concert of 2019, the World of Tres concert, and he actually announced some of the DLC plans for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, we do know that the DLC is going to come in the form of one package, meaning one single purchase and you get a bunch of additional content. That, and there is also going to be free DLC. So far at this point, it's only confirmed to be one Keyblade as well as a form, but of course that is only the current DLC plans as of right now. We do know that for the paid DLC, we are going to be getting the Remind additional scenario, which will no doubt be additional story stuff added to the game. On top of that, we're also getting the Limit Break episode and bosses added to that, as well as the secret episode and an additional boss added to that as well. Now, we don't exactly know what both the secret episode as well as the Limit Break episode are going to entail. However, Tetsuya Nomura has already confirmed that in the sense of the Limit Break episode, that will be including a lot of sort of Final Mix-esque stuff that we've seen in previous Kingdom Hearts games added to that of Kingdom Hearts 3. So really just smaller additional pieces of content added to already existing locations. But as of right now, we still don't know what the paid DLC is going to include overall, or what the specifics are. So here's 10 things that I'd like to see. Coming up first is more save slots. So it's incredibly surprising to see that Kingdom Hearts 3 only came with a total of 9 save slots for the game overall. When we look back at other Kingdom Hearts games, for the most part, a lot of them generally come with a total of 99 save slots. Now, I know what some of you guys might be thinking, well, Cynical, 9 really is enough. I mean, do we really need a total of 99 save slots, and are we ever going to utilize them all? Now, in the sense of utilizing all 99 save slots for previous Kingdom Hearts games, most likely not, but I think it would be a smart idea to include more than a total of 9. For some people, they actually like to use quite a lot of the save slots throughout Kingdom Hearts games to save at specific moments so that they can go back to some of their favorite moments or fights from throughout the game. Not only that, but for the likes of speedrunners, they also utilize a lot of slots as well, generally more than 20 to 30. So it is very, very surprising to see that Kingdom Hearts 3 only came with a total of 9, when in the past previously you could utilize 99. Also, if Square Enix are going to do this, I do not expect them to chuck this in as a premium paid piece of additional content. This could just simply be added to Kingdom Hearts 3 as a free update for when the DLC drops. Next up is being able to share Gummi ship designs online. So I absolutely cannot fathom the fact that Square Enix have decided not to actually add an online component to that of Gummi ships. And I'm not necessarily talking about, you know, being able to do Gummi ship missions with friends or fly through the galaxy with a bunch of your buddies, although that is actually a really cool idea. No, I'm also meaning a basic online component for the Gummi ship system, which would allow us to be able to share our Gummi ship designs online, and so long as we have the required pieces in order to make that Gummi ship, then we can do so. Considering that the Gummi ship system has been touched upon a lot, and especially when looking towards the customization side of things, the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3's Gummi ship editor is at its peak at the moment, and you can come up with some really crazy, wacky, cool shit. I want people to be able to share their creations online so that we can go into some kind of database and look at all the cool different things people have made, because from some of the stuff that I've seen on my Twitter timeline, yeah, people have come up with some absolutely wild Gummi ship designs. And with having such a cool system that allows you to really go full force with your creativity to make the spaceship of your dreams, it kind of seems like a missed opportunity on Square Enix's behalf to not actually add in an online sharing component so that we can share blueprints. So I honestly do hope that in similar fashion to the more save files thing, if this is something that Square are thinking about adding to Kingdom Hearts 3, I would like to think that it would come in the form of a free update rather than actually charging players to be able to use this function. Next up is an expanded Scala Expansion. So people were absolutely disappointed to know that when they arrived in Scala for the very first time, played for like the first 10 minutes of the world, a lot of people came to the realization that, oh shit, well essentially this world is really only used for a boss fight stage. Essentially, at this point, Scala really isn't even a world. I don't know why Scala's got the whole world logo thing that pops up when you first get there, because it ain't a world. It's a boss battle stage, bruv! A lot of people were let down, and I know that when we first got the reveal of Scala towards the end of last year, I think this was like the #1 world that for me, and I know a lot of people, were the most excited to actually explore because it looks so damn beautiful. And I mean, it's honestly such a tease that like as soon as you get there, you got that little space to run around with the save point, and you've got the sort of town in the distance. I remember just standing there staring at the town for the first time, being like, man, I can't wait to explore every goddamn back alley of this place. Run up them walls, get some sneaky chests. But no, again, it's a boss battle stage, you can't do any of that junk. And again, I just kind of feel as if this is like a lost opportunity, especially for the final world of Kingdom Hearts 3. The final world is always meant to be one of the more epic worlds that you go to, especially when looking towards the end of the world for Kingdom Hearts 1 and the world that never was for Kingdom Hearts 2. Those were fully fledged worlds that were like all dark and mysterious and acted great as final worlds. There was a decent amount of exploration, so why do we not get the same treatment for Kingdom Hearts 3? And even when looking towards the Keyblade Graveyard, that was really subpar as sort of a final world as well. I mean, I guess you could consider both the final world, Keyblade Graveyard, and Scala as acting as the actual final world for Kingdom Hearts 3, and they're all just used for scenario-based stuff to do with the story. So please, for the love of God, make Scala explorable, expand upon it. And if this does actually become a thing, I would like to think that once you actually clear a save file, you return back to Scala. As soon as you walk into the town, the trigger point to then activate the 13 replicas of Xehanort will rather be activatable, and the trigger point will be removed, because as you guys know, as soon as you walk into the town, that scenario then starts. So if Scala is going to be expanded upon, I'd like to imagine that that fight will then become activatable and won't automatically activate as soon as you step, you know, even like a centimeter over the activation point into the town of Scala. In a way, this really could be Kingdom Hearts 3's version of Kingdom Hearts 2's Cavern of Remembrance, where Square Enix in the Final Mix version of Kingdom Hearts 2 ended up adding a totally brand new area to that of Hollow Bastion. So the same could really be done here in Scala, just considering that so many people want to be able to explore more of this world, and that with all these sort of town and city environments that this world consists of, there's plenty of opportunity here to make more spaces and put more content into those spaces. Next up is data battles. Now at first I wasn't really on board with the whole idea of bringing data battles into Kingdom Hearts 3, mainly because of the fact that it had already been done in Kingdom Hearts 2 so absolutely well. It's sort of like, how can you do it even better for KH3? Not only that, but I also didn't really want Square Enix copying Kingdom Hearts 2's Final Mix's homework and just copying and pasting the different ideas from Final Mix from 2 over to that of 3. However, now that I have actually versed all of the organization members from throughout the game, I have to say that I really do want data battles added to Kingdom Hearts 3. I was a little bit disappointed with the Organization 13 fights in Kingdom Hearts 3. We do have to keep in mind that essentially those fights are sort of designed with the thought in mind that, for one, you do obviously have party members helping you out, and number two, so do the Seekers of Darkness. When it comes to these fights, you're, generally fighting 3 at one time, which means that you can't really make a fully fleshed out organization member with crazy abilities that are going to fling you left, right, and center, as of course you've got 3 different members to think about and their skill sets that follow. I will say that the Saïx fight from Kingdom Hearts 2 is a lot harder than Saïx from Kingdom Hearts 3. The same would also go with Xigbar from Kingdom Hearts 2, comparing his fights in Kingdom Hearts 3. But that is because of the fact that they also had other organization members to think about in the exact same fight as well. So the reason why I do want data battles for Kingdom Hearts 3 is I want the chance to be able to fight each Organization 13 member, or should I say true Seeker of Darkness member, individually with a more fleshed out movesets, attacks, and abilities compared to what they were sort of dishing out towards the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 in the Keyblade Graveyard. Give us the option to fight them all individually, chuck in all of the attacks and abilities that they were trying to fling at us in the Keyblade Graveyard, but also at the same time add in some new moves and abilities as well, how maybe even some of the ones that they pulled out during the data fights from Kingdom Hearts 2. Next up is Chapter Select. So I cannot even begin to explain explain to you guys how long I've wanted this option to be implemented into a Kingdom Hearts game for. I mean, like, since the beginning of time. When you look back at all of the Kingdom Hearts games, there are so many amazing pivotal moments throughout, whether it be emotional, epic, or just pure badass. There's also a lot of fights and scenarios that I want to be able to go back to just like that without having to think about saving before that scenario or fight happens. So this is where the chapter select option would come into play perfectly, being able to go back to a specific part of the game that you want to replay for the sole purpose of whether it's a favorite boss fight that is only contained in the story, or say you want to go back to the point where you fight all 10,000, or should I really say all infinite amounts of those enemies, the Heartless fight. I'd also imagine that if this were to be added, depending on whereabouts you jump into in the game, you'll probably just have predetermined stats to sort of suit whereabouts you are in the game and have jumped in from. So say sort of like midway through the game, around Arendelle type of thing, you'd be around the 20s, or more so end game you jump in towards, you'd be sort of 30s, more so 40s. I'd love to see this added, and I hope to see that if Square Enix do decide to do this, it'll come in the form of a free update. Next up is the objective system. So this was one of the brand new features added to 0.2 Birth by Sleep, where you had different little mini missions or goals and objectives to complete, and in return you were rewarded wardrobe items. Now, Tetsuya Nomura in the past has mentioned that the wardrobe decoration system towards customizing your character might be something they might actually think about adding to Kingdom Hearts 3, but obviously both the objective system as well as the wardrobe system was never brought through to Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I'm not really on the whole bandwagon of bringing through the wardrobe system. I honestly really couldn't care less about having sort of customizations. If it does get added to the game, then cool, I guess, but honestly, I don't really see Square doing it. I could actually see like custom outfits or something like that, you know, maybe add in the ability to wear the Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit all the time, or the Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit all the time, or other outfits that Sora has worn over the course of the series. But in the sense of individual customizations, I just don't think they'll end up doing that. More so though, I do hope that they do bring through the objective system. They acted as like little mini missions that you had to pay attention to. Things like, you know, taking care of a specific enemy in a world or a specific group of enemies, perform so many counters in that world, performing a particular ability whilst in a certain boss fight, and in reward for like 0.2, like I was saying, you get decoration items, but for Kingdom Hearts 3, you'd probably just get things like maybe like AP boosts or synthesis items or other accessories or pieces of equipment. An expanded Twilight Town as well as the addition of the Mysterious Tower. So I'm just absolutely dumbfounded to know that, well, fuck, shit, they did Twilight Town like this. So yeah, this has probably got to be one of the more disappointing factors of the game, coming across Twilight Town for the first time and only to find that it consists of the tram common area, the new sewer area, which is very small in itself, and of course then the woods and the mansion area. It's crazy to think that for the likes of Kingdom Hearts 2, its Twilight Town is a lot bigger than the Twilight Town found in Kingdom Hearts 3. I was expecting that Twilight Town in Kingdom Hearts 3 would consist of all of the normal areas that we obviously got to explore in Kingdom Hearts 2, like the struggle lot, the back alleys, as well as the dang clock tower area. I mean, the fact that we cannot go up to Sunset Station or even go inside of it is criminal in my books. I was essentially just expecting to explore all of those older areas, but this time around they're all interconnected into one big massive area. I guess the question is, did we really need all of Twilight Town to be in Kingdom Hearts 3? Because of course the story only really revolves around the stuff that's going down in the tram common. The answer to that question is hell yes! What are you, stupid? Of course we need the whole of Twilight Town! The other interesting thing to hone in on is obviously one of the older Jump Festa trailers showed us some gameplay with obviously Sora, Donald, and Goofy using the Astro Blaster outside of Yen Sid's tower. This tells us that at some point throughout development, we were actually meant to go to Yensid's tower for whatever reason. We do, of course, see Sora, Donald, and Goofy and the rest of the gang obviously making stops over to the mysterious tower quite often throughout the story of Kingdom Hearts 3, so maybe there was an idea there that you actually did have to go back and forward to Yensid's tower whenever those cutscenes were to pop up. So if they were actually thinking about bringing through the mysterious tower, which is clearly already an area in itself, which for the most part looks pretty much developed, then that might also connect to that of an expanded Twilight Town, where in similar fashion to Kingdom Hearts 2's setup, you actually need to go inside Sunset Station, then catch the mysterious train ride to then of course access the mysterious tower. Next up is a Coliseum or Arena mode. So this has probably got to be at the top of my bucket list in terms of additional content being added to Kingdom Hearts 3 through the use of DLC. I cannot believe that they did Kingdom Hearts 3 like this and not add a Coliseum mode to the game at all. This really should have been one of the features that should have been in the game from the very beginning, just considering the fact that when we do look towards the likes of Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, all three of those games have arena modes, with obviously Birth by Sleep having the best of the best, the Mirage Arena, oh, nothing got better than that. So really, arena modes have sort of been a staple point thing within the main Kingdom Hearts titles when looking towards BBS 1 and 2. It's surprising to see that 3 didn't receive the same treatment. I would either love the addition of the Olympus Coliseum being added to the Heavens area of the Olympus world, that would be super cool and would also make a lot of sense. Either that or chuck in the get dang Mirage Arena, bruv, bring that back. Next up is Cloud and Sephiroth's story continued. So as we know, there are no Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3 at all, although there are little references towards the series in terms of any returning Final Fantasy characters or just Final Fantasy characters in general, they're nowhere to be seen. So this DLC really needs to do Final Fantasy some justice for Kingdom Hearts 3 and somehow include some of the characters. For me personally, I definitely want both Cloud and Sephiroth to come back, so that for number 1, we do get that Sephiroth fight. The number 2 point is getting that story wrapped up and concluded, unless of course Tetsuya Nomura wants to continue their story throughout the next saga of the Kingdom Hearts series, although I can't imagine so, and it would honestly be kind of cool to get a conclusion to their story in Kingdom Hearts 3. We do know at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, both Cloud and Sephiroth had a massive battle, then went up into the sky and vanished into thin air. From there on forward, we don't exactly know what happens to the two, whether or not the two melded into one. As is explained, Sephiroth is the incarnate of Cloud's darkness. What is the verdict? We don't know. We've got to find out. And last up, I want some brand new links. This is kind of an oddball one, just considering the fact that I honestly don't utilize the links overly too much when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, but if I am, really the ones that I'm really only ever using is both the Meow Wow as well as Simba. Those links absolutely kick ass, but because they kick ass so much, it sort of, in my honest opinion, makes the likes of Stitch's link, Ariel's link, as well as Wreck-It Ralph's link, which Wreck-It Ralph's link in itself is actual garbage, but in the sense of the rest of them, it sort of makes them a little bit obsolete, as it's like, well, I would rather sacrifice my MP to use those ones than the other ones, and I'm really never in a situation where I feel, oh my god, I need to use the Ariel link or the Stitch one. So yeah, maybe just like 2 additional new links that are actually worthwhile. I would love to see Jack Skellington come into the game as a link, seeing as for the most part I think that the Halloween Town story is pretty much all wrapped up from here on in, and we probably won't be seeing Halloween Town return. So to see Jack or the Nightmare Before Christmas IP come back in some shape or form, I think it would honestly be best suited as a link. But those are 10 specific things that I would love to see added to the upcoming DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. Obviously, more information towards the DLC will likely be getting revealed throughout the month of June, whether it be at the Kingdom Hearts concert happening in LA shortly before E3, or of course at E3 in itself. No doubt we will be getting some further information about what to expect, and hopefully a trailer to follow. In the comment section down below, guys, please do let me know what you would like personally added to Kingdom Hearts 3 through the use of DLC. But with all that being said, guys, I'm Cynical. Hopefully you have a fantastic day, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Hit him on the page, you'll be coming through stunning. Gold in my mouth when you suckers be bluffing. Milk crate, gaming up the bitch though. Catch me in the back playing Super Nintendo.